Hey there, hello and welcome. It is Madeline here. Super excited to be with you today. As always, I have my corporate friends on the line, on the conference line, as usual. And, if you ever want that conference line, just message me and I'll be happy to share it so you can call in if you can't stream at this time. So today we're talking about reflecting over the decade, right? Because this year end is ending up, wrapping up a decade, and we're starting a new decade. And that just came into my awareness recently, right? I think one of my teachers mentioned it, and I was like, oh, wow, it's the end of a decade. We need to talk about this, right? We need to reflect about this. So if you've been hanging out with me for a while, you know that we usually reflect at year end, and we may or may not do that at year end, but we're going to do that now. I'm going to lead you in a special meditation for reflection, and this is like nothing we've ever done before. So I invite you to stick around for that. I'm really eager to share that with you. And so today I want us to take the opportunity to think about and reflect on the past 10 years, okay? And were you even aware that it's the turn of a decade? Put it in the chat if you do or you don't, or if you are on it. And so how did the last 10 years go for you? How did the last decade go for you? So for me, it's been a complete transformation. I wouldn't even recognize the me who I was 10 years ago. And I just realized today or last night, as I was preparing for this talk, that my transformation, right, began 10 years ago. It'll be 10 years in January that I had what I refer to as a nervous breakdown, making air quotes for my friends on the call. And that dark night of the soul, so to speak, that started my transformational journey. And I really had no idea that I was going to end up here. I just wanted to get well, right? I just wanted to be healthy. I was riddled with anxiety. If you haven't heard that story, it's in the Facebook ether somewhere. And recently, actually, and I was a hot mess. And in an effort to get healthy is how I ended up here today. So I want you to take that time now to look back on the past 10 years and what have they meant for you, okay? Did they go as you had planned, right? Did you accomplish everything that you wanted to accomplish? Or are you like most people who every January 1st, you set the same goals, right? You set the same resolutions. And then maybe eventually you gave up because you were tired of not meeting your goals, your outcomes, or your resolution. And at the beginning of this year, I talked about why January, New Year's, is the wrong time to set goals and implement and create new change for ourselves. And that's because it's winter, right? It's the middle of winter, and that is completion energy, okay? So actually right now in the fall is actually an excellent time to affect change in your life because it's change energy. It's the perfect time, especially to let go of things that are no longer serving you. And usually when you want to implement change and move in a forward direction towards something new, usually you need to let go and make space for that. So fall is the perfect time to purge, reflect, let things go so you can make the space for things to birth in the next season or in a couple of seasons, right? So I'm going to take you through a really special meditation and that effect in just a few minutes. But if you're on the line, say, hey, I can see that there's people watching, but I can't see. Sometimes I can see who it is. Sometimes I can't. So if the past 10 years didn't result in the outcomes that you would have liked, why not? What prevented you? Okay. Was it that you didn't know what to do? Or was it that you didn't have the strength, the motivation, and the wherewithal to implement the change that you say that you wanted? So if the former, if you didn't know what to, actually both of them, the former and the latter, if you didn't know what to do, that's where a teacher, a mentor, or a coach could be helpful. And today I'm going to share with you how to find a good coach, right? The difference between a good coach and a not so effective coach. And if you didn't reach your outcome because you start and stop, or you reached your outcome and then you reverted back to your old ways, you've had inconsistent results, that's because there's a sign of baggage, okay? That's because there's emotional baggage, and a mentor or a teacher can help you with that as well. Someone like me or someone like me can help you if they have effective tools for letting go of your baggage, okay? Your emotional baggage. So, and in our meditation in just a few minutes, I'm going to take you through that. I'm going to give you the opportunity to reflect on the past and project, right, your vision for the future. So if you haven't been getting the results that you want, why not, right? What's prevented you from getting the results that you want, okay? So in extraordinary life, right, getting the outcomes that we want don't just happen, okay? They might if you are in alignment with your source, but most people don't know how to do that. But for most of us mere humans, an extraordinary life doesn't just happen, right? It requires energy, focus, commitment, and a plan. And then love and support to keep you on track with all of those things. So, and that's where a mentor or a coach can be highly instrumental in getting you to your end goal, okay? So I love that you're showing up for these talks, and hopefully they inspire you to implement effective change. And I strongly encourage you to, read books on this stuff, watch lectures and seminars, attend lectures and seminars on this stuff. All of these, I have many teachers that have been highly instrumental in affecting the change that I've implemented in my life. And as a result, and I've also hired teachers and coaches to help me in the instances where I need more help. Okay, so I've recently hired a new business coach. I'm always involved in professional development and in learning new things. I love to learn and I love to grow. So that's just who I am, and it's what I do. But even so, right? So even if you're not a teacher of personal development, right? Sometimes most of the time, you can only take yourself so far, and then you need someone to get you over the hump, right? To get you to the next level, because one, you either just don't know how, or two, you need the love, you need to let go of the emotional baggage that's holding you back, or you need love and support to get you moving and keep you going in the direction of your dreams and your desires. If you have a dream or desire in your heart, you're meant to have that, okay? Whatever it is, you are meant to be, do, or have whatever you want, okay? And why do some people seem to be, do, and have everything they want? Are they lucky? No. No, they are committed. They're methodical. They are intentional, right? They set intentions and they take inspired, committed action in the direction of their dreams and their goals and their desires, okay? And that's what you need to do as well, right? So I wasn't planning on giving some steps, but yes, here are some steps, right? You need to commit. Right? This is what I want, right? Well, first you need to decide, right? You need to decide, get clear on your outcome, and decide that this is what I want. okay? And decide, right? Decide is from the Latin word to cut off. When you decide, when you truly make a decision, you cut off the possibility for anything else, okay? So you decide whatever it's going to be. I'm going to lose the weight. I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to eliminate anxiety, or I'm going to heal my anxiety and depression once and for all. I'm going to get that job, career, business that really sets my soul on fire. I'm going to find the love of my life. I'm going to leave the person that no longer serves me. I'm going to make my current relationship amazing because I haven't given it the attention that it deserves. Whatever scenario it is for you, none of those things, you probably know this, are going to happen by themselves, okay? They require a decision, a commitment, right? To decide, I'm committed. I'm going to do this. I'm committed. I'm going to give any one of those things my attention, and I'm going to make it the best that I can be, the best that it can be. And then from there, you take consistent, intelligent action. Okay. So as I've discussed in the past, right, if you have emotional baggage in any one of those areas, it's going to impact your result. And I strongly encourage you to hire a teacher, a mentor, or a coach that can help you release that baggage. I can help you with that, or someone like me, okay? And you know how to reach me, and I'll tell you again in a few minutes. If you do, if you're thinking, I really do need help, right? Because I've been losing the same 20, 30, 40 pounds for 10 years, right? That was me 10 years ago, right? And actually into this past decade until I made the shift in that area, right? I would lose the 10 pounds, I would gain the 10 pounds. I would lose the 10 pounds, I would gain 20 pounds. I would lose the 25 pounds and I would gain 15 or 20 pounds back. And each time it got harder, right? And the older I got, the more difficult it became. And until I made the shift that made all the difference in the world, and then it happened pretty easily and effortlessly. So if you want to hire someone, work with someone who's going to help you realize your dreams, here's what to look for, okay? Oh, and before I go there, I'll tell you in that, right? So here's where to look for, right? You want someone who has a proven system for the results that you're after. Okay, so if let's say you want to get fit and healthy, hire a personal trainer, right? But hire someone. I wouldn't hire an out of shape, unhealthy personal trainer. I would hire someone that emulates the the fitness level that you desire. Okay, right? If you want to make more money, whether that be get promoted, find a new job, or start your own business, or take your business to the next level, find someone who can help you with that. So like I just did, right? So I hired a business coach. I have teachers in all areas of my life, but I hired a business coach, and I found someone who is getting the results that I want and has the same values as me, okay? So we're going to work together for the foreseeable future to move me in the direction of my goals, because I know that there are some things that I don't know how to do. And so she's going to help me accelerate my results, right? So can I figure it out on my own? Sure. Can you figure it out on your own? Sure. Probably. We're all intelligent people here, but will you, right? How much time is that going to take? How much money is that going to take for you to figure it out over and over and over again on your own? I'm more concerned with how much time is that going to take, right? I don't have time to waste because 10 years have just gone by, and I'm interested in, being present fully and enjoying every moment of my life, as many moments of my life as possible, right? Joy is one of my top values in career and in life in general. Thank you for the love. I can't see who it is, so put something in the chat. Hey, Ebony, good to see you, beautiful. Glad you made it. Okay, so what was I saying? Okay, so proven system, right? So that's the first thing you want your teacher, coach, mentor to have, is a proven system. They've gotten results for themselves and or others, right? So because some people can get results for themselves, can't get results for others, right? Or vice versa. I strongly encourage that they're doing both. They're able to do both because they know how to implement, they know strategy, and they know how to implement, right? So two, a good coach is going to hold you accountable, right? So they're going to cover the baby's ears if they're around, right? They're going to stick your foot up your ass when necessary. They're going to make sure that you are on track and that you're moving in the direction of your dreams and your goals, your outcomes. And the third thing is that they're going to give you love and support, okay? So, because although some of us need, like a good, I don't want to say beating, but a good shaking, let's say, every now and then, and say, like, wake up. You also need love and support, right? And the right teacher or mentor will know how to balance between both. So, and here's the point that I wanted to make is that this is not your friends, okay? Maybe you're thinking, I have plenty of love and support in my community, in my family, my friends, my partner, my coworkers, right? They're very supportive of me and very encouraging. No, right? Because, so I recently, in recent months, I worked with a friend of mine. A friend of mine hired me to help him. And at the beginning of our working relationship, I said to him, okay, right? So when we're working together, and we actually kind of like put our friendship on hold while we were working together. And I said, okay, so while we're working together, I'm not going to be your friend, okay? I'm going to be your teacher. I'm going to be your mentor. I'm going to be your coach. I'm not going to be your friend, okay? Because your friends, are going to tell you it's okay. It's all right. It's, you don't, like I didn't wake up to go to the gym. I didn't go to the gym this week. That's okay. You'll go next week. Okay. I didn't get all my work done at work. That's okay. They expect too much from you. You've been working too hard anyway. Okay. I snapped at my children and my husband today, or I've been in a pissy mood all week and I wasn't very nice to my family. That's all right. They understand you're under a lot of stress. And they're going to coddle you and love you and, put your head on my shoulder and tell you everything is okay. And that's beautiful. Okay. But that's not what that's not what a good mentor is going to do for you. They're going to give you love, but they're also going to take you beyond that and remind you this is your goals, right? What got in the way of your goals and how can we keep you moving forward in the direction of your goals in addition to the love and support. But they're not going to make it okay. They're going to make it okay to the extent that they keep you moving forward. And that's not what our friends and family do, right? It's not their job, okay? And if they're not moving in the direction that you want to go, they may be holding you back. Okay, right? They may be holding you back and keeping you from advancing just because it's outside of their comfort zone. Okay, and outside of their comfort zone, it's not comfortable, so they're not going to encourage it. And here's the other thing, right? So a good coach or mentor is going to push you outside of your comfort zone. Okay, the growth is just on the outside of your comfort zone. The magic is just on the outside of your comfort zone, right? Everything that you want, I think it was Tony Robbins that said, well, this is where I first heard it anyway, is that everything that you want is outside of your comfort zone, right? And a good mentor or teacher is going to help you get there, okay? So if you'd like to talk to me about, what that would look like, right? I invite you to book that free breakthrough call with me, right? MadelineCorrea.com/talk. I'll put the link in the comments when we're done here. And we'll look at what's going on in your life, right? We can look at the last 10 years, right? What outcomes did you get? What outcomes didn't you get? What prevented you? What do you want the next 10 years to look like? And listen, my lovelies, your life in the next 10 years is what it's like right now, unless you make a change, okay? Unless you make a concerted change and probably get help doing it, okay? I dare say. Are there some people that can get the results on their own? Yes, very few. Very few people can take it all the way on their own. And even the most badass of all the badasses have coaches and mentors because they know that an extraordinary life doesn't happen by itself. I believe that, I teach that, I live that. Okay, so again, if you want to talk to me about your extraordinary life, how to make your life extraordinary, I invite you to book that breakthrough call with me. MadelineCorrea.com/talk, and we will talk all about you, okay? So now that super special meditation that I'm super eager to share with you. Okay, so let's get comfortable, right? So comfortable is in a seated, upright position. Shoulders over your hips, spine long, right? Straight, neck long, crown of the head reaching towards the sky. Okay, close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your breath. And let's take a few deep ha breaths, okay? So a ha breath is a deep inhalation through the nose, twice as long exhale out and open mouth. Again, inhale. Twice as long exhale out and open mouth. One more. When we perform ha breathing, some cultures, I believe, it connects us with God, Spirit, the universe, whatever word you like or believe in. Now I want you to go ahead and get in touch with your timeline, right? So you think of time as moving in a particular direction. Go ahead and see that in your mind's eye. Whatever you see is perfect. Don't worry about those details. Whatever comes up, that's what I want. When I say timeline, your eyes closed, your imagination, whatever comes up, that's what I want you to see. Okay? Now I want you to float above your timeline and float into the past. Go back 10 years, however far that is. You know how far that is. Just trust, allow, and float. Float back. Back 10 years. And then once you get there, once you're back 10 years, start to float back towards now. Notice what happened over those past 10 years. What were the highlights? What were the high points of those past 10 years? See them, enjoy them. What did you focus on? What had your attention over the past 10 years? See what it looks like in your timeline. Do you see spots, holes, lights, whatever? It's perfect. Whatever you see is perfect. I just want you to notice and remember. And even if you're not remembering consciously, you're remembering at the unconscious level. What did you focus on? Was it intentional? Or are the past 10 years a blur? What are you remembering now that you forgot? What surprises did you have? What were your disappointments? What didn't you get to? What did you perpetuate that didn't serve you? What joys did you have? What fun did you have? What do you want to let go of? What do you leave behind? What didn't you do? What did you want to do that you didn't? Now let's go out into the future. Keep coming forward, or up, or over, whatever direction it is for you. Keep coming forward. What's in your future? What do you want to see manifest in the next 10 years? Is it new love or a deeper love? Is it abundance? What abundance do you want to see in the next decade? In addition to wealth, wealth is lovely, but what else? Abundant relationships, lots of friends and family and love about you. Abundant wealth. Is that in a new business, a new job? Winning the lottery? Are you moving? What change are you affecting? Abundant health. Most of what ails us is self-imposed in some way. Are you going to turn that around in the next decade? Notice all these things on your timeline. What do they look like? Are they bright spots? What are they doing? Notice how your timeline is changing and shifting and moving in order to allow for all these new intentions and desires to manifest and take place. Just float and allow. Feel what it would feel like. See it. See it. What would you hear? What will you hear when you manifest these desires? What will you see? Make it bright, make it beautiful, bring it close. Look at it through your own eyes. Notice how your timeline is adjusting to allow you, to allow these new desires, intentions, manifestations to be created in your future. Start to float back to now. Come back to now. Notice how everything's changed. Notice how the past has changed because you let it go. Notice how the future has changed because you've planted the seeds of desire and intention. And when you're ready, come back to now. Float right back down into now. And open your eyes to the room. Let me know in the chat what you thought about that. Was the meditation comfortable? It's one of my favorites. I'm going to unmute my friends on the line. How was that?
That was great. It was a lot like the book that you read.
That's right. That's right. Okay. All right, my loves. So I hope this serves you. And let me know what questions you have in the chat if you want to talk to me about how to make the next decade, how to start, how to make the next decade amazing by starting now. Book that breakthrough call with me, MadelineCorrea.com. And until then, I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. I hope this serves you. And until then, I will see you in the chat. Namaste. Be blessed. Mwah.